You're sitting on a product idea right now that could be making you real money, but instead of taking action, you're stuck in this endless research cycle, watching video after video, trying to find the perfect way to start. And I know what that's like because I was exactly where you are. Now, when I built my first successful store, we didn't have today's AI tools. I spent weeks, literal weeks, designing stores, manually targeting Facebook audiences and paying for tools that I didn't really need. But the thing is, that struggle taught me something invaluable, and that's beneath all the complexity, successful dropshipping boils down to 3 core elements. And while those fundamentals haven't changed, the AI revolution has transformed how quickly we can implement them. Now, what took me months can now be done in a single afternoon. And just last month, I helped someone go from complete beginner, not knowing anything about e-commerce, to hitting their first $1,000 day in less than 3 weeks using this exact approach. Now, he didn't have any special skills or advantages. He just focused on the 3 core elements that actually drive sales, while everyone else was obsessing over their logo design and installing a bunch of apps that you didn't need. Now, today, I'm going to be pulling back the curtain on exactly what those elements are and what's working right now. The fastest, most direct path to turning your product idea into actual sales that I personally tested and proven. Now, if you're finally ready to stop watching and start building, grab your notebook, because in the next 15 minutes, you'll get the exact blueprint to launching your dropshipping business today, not next week, not next month, literally today. Now, after spending a ridiculous amount of time studying what exactly makes profitable dropshipping stores, I've discovered something strange, almost counterintuitive. Success comes from mastering the basics, not chasing complexity. You see, these stores that are very successful, they don't have perfect logos designed by expensive agencies. They don't have 20 plus apps running in the background all at the same time. They don't sell products with revolutionary features. What they do is they laser focus on 3 fundamental elements that actually drive revenue. A store that actually converts, so a clean professional store that gets people to buy, nothing fancy, but structured to make purchasing pretty much effortless. The right product offering. This means something that people genuinely want in a market where they're already spending money, creating a natural demand without you having to convince them to buy. And then strategic content. So ads and content that speaks directly to your target audience, which ends up resulting in driving quality traffic. Now, these elements might seem too simple to work, but that's exactly why they do in fact work. Now, by focusing only on what matters, you avoid the overcomplicated traps that sink most beginners. Now, let me show you exactly how to implement each of these core components, starting with building your own professional store in minutes. Now, when I first started dropshipping about 5 years ago, building a decent looking store was such a headache to me. I dreaded it so much. So this is the AI store builder. It's an app on Shopify, and just gonna show you how crazy and easy this is. I can't even believe we're at the point where this is even possible. But essentially what you do, you pick a product that you want to sell, an AliExpress link. Let's just say you plan to sell this crochet kit product, whatever. You go ahead, go back to builder. First, I want to do preface. All the other AI store builders, what they do is they create a good base. A lot of them create a good base for you to work off of. But the difference with this AI store builder is that it creates an actual product page. The other ones, as I mentioned, they create templates, but this one will create a product page for whatever product that you're selling. So let me just show you how this works. So I'll take this link right here. I'll go back to Atlas, and then I'll just copy and paste, and then it's going to generate a store for me. So then all you got to do is choose the images that you want to import, and then you could upload your own images. So I'll just go continue. And then from here, you can select the colors that you want to customize your store. So the theme colors, but for now, I'm just gonna go in and launch your store so I can show you guys what it looks like. All right, so then we just go to view our store. So it basically created an entire store for the AliExpress link that I pasted in here. So you can see the template is really good off the bat, but the best part about this is the product page. So this is the previous store that I was testing in a challenge video, but I'll go to shop now, and then I'm just gonna filter to the product page. So here, the Cozy Creator Crochet Kit. So we wanna be looking at this on mobile because that is where most of the visitors are gonna be coming in from. So it used those images that I imported from AliExpress, but the main thing is how they went about building this product page. You can see the us versus them. It has the images broken up with some text, encourages creativity and imagination of children. I didn't do anything. As you guys saw, it literally uses AI to create this product page catered to whatever I plan to sell. So whatever link that you put in here, it's going to do its research and it's going to figure out what fits best. You can edit this as you like. You can change the color scheme. See how that looks? Okay, that's nice. A blue on white. I'm going to say this is hands down the most useful tool for those of you guys that aren't tech savvy. Now, I don't like doing this stuff. The fact that I can literally take any AliExpress link, throw it into Atlas, and it's going to create a really nice looking product page and website for me without me having to do anything. And literally, I don't know how many minutes was that, like a couple minutes. And you can see it's actually good. Complete kit, perfect for young beginners. That's probably the best marketing angle to go in with this product. Catering to beginners that are learning how to crochet. Unleash creativity today. Transform your child's playtime with our Cozy Creators Crochet Kit. Now, of course, you're not going to use it exactly as it is, but even exactly as it is, it's so good. And then to streamline fulfillment, I like to use AutoDS. I think it's just super convenient. So anytime that, let's just say you get an order with that product, all you have to do is go to your orders dashboard. And then from there, those orders are going to populate here. And then you could even set up an automation to which it's automatically going to send the tracking codes to your customers. So you don't really have to do anything. It's basically streamlined, and it's going to be purchasing from this AliExpress link that you attached from Atlas to AutoDS. So as long as you have all the SKUs connected, then it's super straightforward. So now that our store is looking clean, we have a product page that is pretty much good to go off the rip for our specific product. I do want to briefly talk about something most beginners completely miss, and that's tracking your actual profit from day one. This is so important. So I feel like I actually need to save some time for it. Look, you've probably heard revenue doesn't equal profit a million times because, well, that's true. But here is the reality. You could be doing actual $10,000 a day, which on paper, it looks insane, but still be losing money without even realizing it. And in my early stages, I learned this the hard way. Now, most dropshippers only track 3 things, and that's revenue, ad spend, and cost of goods. But they completely ignore all the other expenses that slightly eat away at your profits. So things like transaction fees, shipping costs, returns and refunds, software costs. So I started using a tracking tool. Now, there are a bunch of them, but this was one that I like to use, and you guys have probably heard of them before, but it's called True Profit. It's on the App Store. I'll also leave a link if you guys want to just get to it easier, but True Profit. Just going to show you how this works. It's super simple, and it's just nice to have peace of mind from the get-go, right? When you guys start to know that no money is really bleeding away in a sense. All right, so we'll just start with a plan. They have free trials, which is really nice. You guys can just see if it's going to be a good fit for you. I would recommend just doing the basic if you're just starting out. All right, this is an example store that I was using to run a dropshipping challenge a while ago, but now it's done, so there's no data on here. But basically how this works, all of your analytics are going to populate onto here from Shopify. Everything from orders, revenue, total cost, net profit margin. So you're not doing like the calculation on your phone every day. Transaction fees, which I mentioned, is super important. Shipping costs. You want to go to cost settings. And then from here, for cost of goods, you want to import your costs. So you literally just have to edit this. You can see it'll add your selling price. And then from here, whatever you're sourcing it actually for. So it's going to just add in what it's tracked with AliExpress. But if your costs are different, then you can just edit that. And then shipping costs, you can edit this, but it's going to automate that. And then transaction fees, it's going to set up what's the industry standard, what you're paying from Shopify. And then custom costs, you can add any custom costs. So what's really important is the marketing channels. When you add your Facebook account here, or whatever platform that you're running ads on, it's generally going to be like Facebook, Google, or TikTok. If you're running Snapchat ads, so connect all these channels, and that's going to be able to track your daily spend, and it's going to be able to calculate your overall net profit margin. The most important thing here is to make sure that everything is dialed in exactly how it should be. So if your actual cost of goods are a little bit more expensive than what it's showing on AliExpress, make sure to edit that. But yeah, setup is pretty simple. You just integrate all your costs, and then from there you add your marketing channels. And then that's basically all you have to do. All right, now that the foundation of your store is set up, the next step is finding products that actually sell, because even a beautiful store, is a waste of time and money with the wrong products in place. And actually, this is a part of the process where I see most beginners get completely stuck. You know, they spend weeks scrolling through AliExpress, trying to randomly stumble upon a quote unquote winning product. Now, I've tested just about every product research out there, and these are the ones that I find the most useful if you don't want to be dishing out an arm and a leg on software tools, which I don't think is necessary anyway. Now, what I learned is that successful dropshipping isn't just about products. It's about understanding markets and communities. Now, let me show you the 2 most effective research strategies that I use to find profitable products consistently that are not paid product research tools. So the first one is the top-down method, and this approach is ideal. It makes the most sense when you already have an interest or understanding of niche. So for example, if you know everything about cosmetics and you're dead set on selling products within that industry, here's how it works. So first, you identify a passionate community with a specific needs or interests. Like we just mentioned, cosmetics. You then, 2, research what problems or desires exist within this community. And then 3, you find products that directly address those needs. So I use this exact approach with my first successful store. So instead of just selling random generic phone cases, I really niched down and pinpointed an audience, specifically hypebeast community. And these are just like people that are obsessed with streetwear culture and sneakers. They spend a lot of money on clothes. Yeah, I don't know why, but they do. Now, by focusing on this community first and the product second, I discovered that they were willing to spend $40 to $50 on a phone case that perfectly matched their $800 sneakers. So I'll give you an example of like one of the first products I was selling. Sean. So it was this Sean Witherspoon. Yeah, it was like this product, but this shoe right here. So you had the product that matched the shoe, and this is what people like to do at the time. Now, I couldn't sell this product anymore because it's a copyright product, so I do not recommend. I was a dumb college student thinking that you could do this. This clearly wasn't about the phone protection or even the features, obviously, or the product. It was about the identity and the style and the fact that people could match their phone case with their actual shoe. They thought that that was cool. And it wasn't even people that were doing that, because not everyone's going to have this $500, $800 shoe, but people that still wanted to get that same feeling of excitement and I don't know, exclusiveness from this type of product. Now, the next approach is the bottom-up method, which I often refer to as feed conditioning, which is great if you're still exploring niches and opportunities, or honestly just don't even know what the hell to sell. So first, what you want to do is open up Instagram or TikTok. 2, you want to find and engage with as many product ads or organic posts. So you want to like, save, click that shop now button, and engage as much as you can. And you want to do this consistently for about 15 to 20 minutes. What you're going to notice, and it's pretty cool, you're essentially, what you're doing in this process is training the algorithm to show you products that are already selling well, and you're basically telling Meta or Facebook that you're someone that wants to spend money. So what's going to happen? Of course, the algorithm is going to naturally start showing you more and more product ads, which is exactly what you want. But here's the key that most people miss. So I want to show you something right here. Do you see all of these comments? My nephew been asking for Thomas the Train theme. Please, he loves your products and he's 10 and he make them on his own. Care Bears next. Look at all of these comments. This isn't just random engagement. These are people that are using specific terminology and showing engagement for this product or this niche. This is the real difference between a trending product and a real market opportunity. A normal trending product, what you're going to notice is a lot of the comments are going to be like, where can I buy? Where can I buy? Where do I buy? How do I buy? Instead, with this example, it's all these people that are asking questions, trying to help each other, showing emotion. This is so cute. I love it. Hi, excuse me, but where's the Batsmaru? Like, I don't even know what that is, but cute. But like, where TF is the Karomi? Like, they're using their own specific terminology. This is what you're looking for, not the just where to buy, where do I buy, right? So when validating any product, I look for specific signals, community language. So when people use specific terminology, like we just mentioned, that only these insiders know. I don't know anything about this niche, but clearly all these people know something that I don't. So they are these insiders. Okay, collection behavior. Are they buying multiple items? Are they building sets? This lady said that, one of the comments said that the kid bought 10 of them and he's going to continue to buy more. And they're inquiring about more product releases, right? So they're clearly buying multiple. Identity signaling. So products that people proudly share because it says something about who they are. You can see all these people. Look at this little girl, this cute little girl with all of her little woobles. People that are proud about what they have created. Look at that, sharing pictures. So let's do a quick validation check with the hypothetical scenario product. What I like to use is this app right here. It's literally insane. It's called Particle. And basically, you have an entire dashboard of your competitors' analytics, which I don't even know how they do this, but it's crazy. Clearly, this company is doing really well. They're doing $3.8 million a month. We can see which products are actually doing the best for them. This Lord of the Rings products is doing insane. This is a recent drop from the company, obviously. This is their best-selling unit at the moment, $195 kit. And these are the beginner crochet kits, Pierre the Penguin. And then if we look at ratings, you can see the general consensus of feedback from customers. It's 68%. People are very, very happy. And then the assets library is super cool because we can see all of the pieces of content that they are pushing out on a daily basis. So we can see the emails, the home pages that they're changing, meta ads that they're running. So this is really good because it'll link us to their ad library where we can see every single active ad that they're running. So if a company is spending a lot of money on ads, what does that generally mean? Generally probably means that they're making money. They're not going to just spend money for no reason. So this is kind of the validation that you can get. When did they start these ads? So we have an ad here that's been running since March 17th. That's about 10 days. We can scroll all the way down, March 7th. And of course, this company is going to be filtering their ads, changing up their marketing angles and whatnot and their creatives. So not everything is going to be active, but if we can see that it's been active for a decent amount of time, well, it probably means that it's profitable unless, they're stupid and they're just wasting money. But clearly they're making money. They've done $3.8 million in the past month, guys, selling crochet kits. This one on AliExpress is 99 cents for this kit. I mean, it's literally yarn and needles, but they have this very high perceived value because they built this community, they built this hype, and they have nice custom packaging. They have a nice website. They're reputable. They have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of customers. So we can do a quick validation check with a hypothetical scenario or product. So first, I'll check the supplier price or what we can source this product at and see if it's even sourceable. So here's an example. I mean, here's all these other crochet kits. It's yarn and needles, right? Here, 99 cents. We just want to see if it is sourceable, and then we do want to see what the competitors are selling the product for. So using Particle, we could see that for the pricing, general pricing for these single unit crochet kits are like anywhere from $30 to $40. And then I want to see if people are consistently spending money on this product. Now, if we go to their ad library, clearly they are spending money, but we could also go do the extra extent and just type in crochet kits. See them, of course, and then we're going to see other people that are also running crochet kits. So clearly, this is a product of interest to a specific group of people. So that's why companies are doing their targeting. All right, so now we are ready to switch gears and talk about something that might completely change how you approach this business, because I do want to be transparent about something that I see a lot of confusion around. And I will say this boldly, and anyone who tells you that the best approach to scaling a dropshipping business consistently is to do it without paid ads, as a beginner, is lying to you. Because can you get lucky with a viral organic post? Sure, you can. But if you want predictable, sustainable growth, paid advertising is your most reliable path. Now, I've spent millions of dollars on Facebook ads over the years, and here's what I've learned. Now, it might not be the cheapest route to start, but it's definitely the most effective way to validate your product and scale quickly, especially because the first mover's advantage in the D2C e-commerce space is so important. And that's basically just starting up as quickly as possible. Now, most beginners massively overcomplicate this process, but let me show you the most streamlined approach I use to get results without burning through your budget, so you make the most out of every single dollar that you're handing over to our buddy Zuck. So here's exactly how to set up your first Facebook campaign. I'm not going to go through the whole process in depth because it's not really necessary. So if you have a Facebook ads manager, that's great. If you have a Facebook business manager, that's great. Have a Facebook ad account. You need those three things. Okay, and then your pixel, of course, all that good stuff. I'm not gonna go over that right now. First, your campaign objective should be conversion. So you wanna be focusing on purchases. 2, budget. So start with anywhere from $50 to $100 per day, and this is going to be your minimum viable test budget that's going to actually give you meaningful data to work with. If you go any lower than that, it's just going to take a lot more time and it's not going to be as effective. 3, targeting. You just want to keep it broad, super simple. Facebook's algorithm is so advanced now at finding your potential buyers that you really don't need to be fiddling with lookalikes, retargeting, and targeting X audience, that audience. It's so basic now. And then 4 is creatives. What you should do, probably the easiest way is set up flexible ads with anywhere from 3 to 4 different videos. Start with videos, each with different hooks. You could play around with texts, single image ads, carousel ads, and then using visual hooks there, but I would just start with videos. And then 5 for copy. You want to test anywhere from 2 to 3 primary text options. I would say in the beginning you should do 2 primary text options and 2 headlines. Primary text options basically just going to be like the description right under your Instagram post, and then the headline is going to be, if you're running a Facebook ad, it's going to be right above that. Now all these creatives are going to be going up against each other for you to essentially pinpoint your winning creatives. So the structure looks like this from an overview. 1 campaign budgeted at $50 to $100 per day, 1 broad targeting ad set with a conversion objective, and 3 to 4 creatives within the flexible ad setup, along with 2 primary text and headline copies. So starting with $50 to $100 per day, it might sound intimidating, but here is how the math works out. I'm just going to give you a quick little example. So if you're selling a product, let's just say with a $30 profit margin, you only need realistically 2 to 4 sales per day to break even or profit. Now this, in my opinion, is completely achievable with the right product and creative approach. The key to success with Facebook ads in 2025 isn't complicated targeting. It's creating strategic content that actually converts. Now the most effective ads follow these core principles: a strong visual hook within the first 2 seconds, and this is going to be a non-negotiable. 2, clear demonstration of the main benefit of your product. Authentic presentation style, so not some overly polished, insane 8K production video quality. Now, oftentimes the best content, the best videos are literally just filmed from an iPhone. And then lastly, a concise call to action. So for the product that we found earlier, I would create a video that shows the product solving a real problem immediately. So with this crochet example, we would be getting people over the fear or the notion that crocheting is hard. This is what they might think, but it would be angled to be very beginner friendly, so long as you use our kit, right? And then want to demonstrate 2 to 3 key features within the first 15 to 20 seconds, maybe even 10 to 15 seconds. And then it ends with a clear call to action like get yours today, something along those lines. But one quick little tip, in the early testing phase, you can actually use pre-existing content to validate your concept. Now, what I mean by that is I do talk about this a lot, but find product videos from your suppliers or even competitors to edit and use those videos for your initial tests. And then once you've proven that the product has potential, invest in ordering samples or hiring someone to create custom content for you so that you don't get into legal trouble. So be mindful, do this all at your own discretion. I'm just saying this is an easy way to start from the beginning within like your first week, gain that first mover's advantage, gain that proof of concept, and then you can start to transition. I'm just saying this because I think it's the quickest way to get started without the most amount of money or not having to have a lot of money. So test different creative approaches first and let Facebook's algorithm tell you which ones resonate best. After 3 to 4 days, you'll have clear data on whether your product has potential. But bottom line, you do not need fancy equipment or complex strategies to get started. Just focus on creating clear, benefit-focused content that shows your product in action, and you're already going to be 90% ahead of all the other beginners that are starting. All right, so we've covered all 3 pillars of building a successful dropshipping business in 2025. A store that converts using AI to build it in literally minutes. A product people actually want to buy using either the top-down or the bottom-up method. Strategic content and ads that drive traffic. And the most important thing that I can tell you right now is this: take action today, not tomorrow, not next week, not even next month, literally today. As a matter of fact, as soon as this video ends, open up a new tab and start building your store. Don't overthink it. Just follow the exact steps that I showed you. Even if you only spend 30 minutes today getting started, you'll already be ahead of 95% of people who are still watching this video right now. So I've seen so many people get stuck in this endless cycle of watching videos, taking notes, and never actually starting. Do not be that person. Please, I want to see you guys grow. I want to build a community where we're all killing it. Remember, every successful dropshipper that you see, including me, started exactly where you are right now. The only difference is that we took our first step. Now, if you want my personal help implementing everything that I just showed you, I have reopened my ecom simulation 10-week one-on-one mentorship program. Now, instead of spending months figuring everything out through trial and error like I did, you'll get direct access to me and the exact systems that I use with my successful stores. Now, I only work with 5 students every 3 or so months for the sake of my own sanity, because I'm actually in the trenches with you, working one-on-one with you, reviewing your store, your products, your ads, making sure that you are on the right track, which is why by the end of working together, my goal is to help you build something so solid that I actually invest my own money into growing your business. So if you're genuine about making this work and basically willing to do anything to succeed, hit that link in the description, apply, and we'll see if you're a good fit. Now, if this video helped you, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment letting me know what niche that you're thinking about selling within. I do read all the comments, and I'll probably give you some specific advice on whatever you're doing. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.